Welcome to the Sex, Money, and Real Estate Podcast, the show for real estate couples about how to close more deals in the bedroom. My name is Bill Jameson.
And I'm Nancy Jameson.
And each week we deep dive into juicy, intentional, sexy conversations, sharing with you what it takes to create balance in your intimate relationships and your real estate business. Thank you so much for being here. Shall we begin?
¿Cómo estás, baby?
Hey, baby.
What's happening?
You always surprise me with the language thing.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. I like it, though.
Okay,
I appreciate
cool.
you bringing the spice
Yes,
to the podcast.
The spicy tamale. Cool.
Awesome. How are you feeling today?
I am, I'm going to tell you.
Please.
I'm low on energy today.
Okay.
I'm definitely feeling a bit under the weather. And I have been in energy conservation mode. So, and honestly, all I really feel like doing right now is like turning on a show and laying on the couch and doing absolutely nothing at all.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you influencing yourself to lean on that horsepower and all of those emotional deposits you make in your trust account.
Thank you.
Pour into yourself and into me and into our listeners and our crew, our Jam fam.
Yes. So if you all hear me speaking a little less today, that's where I'm at. I'll do my, I'll make my greatest effort to contribute at 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pinch you over here and tell you to speak up.
Okay, cool. I like pinches, so that works out great.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
Well, welcome everybody. This is a Sex, Money, and Real Estate podcast where we share all about the tips and tricks and mindsets, and really it's no trick. It's more all of the relational things and how to move from your breakdowns through your breakthroughs in all things intimate relationships and your real estate business. So we are busting the myth. We believe in the possibility that intimate relationships and successful real estate businesses are not only possible, it's the jam. So you are in exactly where you are, where you're supposed to be. So I'm Nancy Jameson.
And I am Bill Jameson.
Yes. And so we start off our show every week with what we call magic. And we define magic as your ability to influence self, others, and life. Or business. Business is part of life in an empowering way, because you certainly can do it in a disempowering way. Yet we really like to focus on how do you influence self, others, and life in an empowering way, because what you focus on expands. So let's expand that magic. Let's expand that zhuzh and really focus on that. So what, my love, is your magic for this week?
Well, one of the reasons I am feeling a little more upbeat than I was about, half an hour or 45 minutes ago is because you and I just participated in a really beautiful Sacral Chakra meditation.
Chakra.
Did I say Chakra?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Chakra. That's our friend. Chakra meditation. And it was really beautiful. I could feel some release. I could also feel where, like between my sacral chakra and my throat chakra, there was some blockage to continue to heal and let go of. So I appreciate all that. And I left after I got up and walked around a little bit, I feel a little looser. My head feels a little more clear. And I appreciate I appreciate doing the meditation. We've been doing, the meditations for the last few weeks, which has been amazing. And as you all know from an episode or two ago, we have decided to up our communication and deepen our intimacy, Nancy and I have, through hanging out with a therapist. And, one of her recommendations is to connect more than we have been and connect in different ways. So I appreciate the suggestion and the and the willingness by both of us to get into it and be in it. Mm-hmm. So that's my magic, influencing myself today and you to hang out and elevate our energy.
Yeah, it was definitely very beautiful. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you showing up powerfully. Yes.
How about you? You got magic?
Of course I have magic. Oh my gosh, I have so much magic. And I'm going to share 2 quick pieces of magic this week for the purpose of our podcast. So Rex, we've taught Rex over the years just different manifestation practices and those types of things. And so from the very, very, very first, moments in which he could speak and really understand us speak, whenever we would find a penny or a dime or a nickel or anything like that change on the ground, we would pick it up and celebrate, and immediately and celebrating and declare, I'm a money magnet. And so that has definitely stuck with both of them through the years. And so Rex was walking after having lunch with a friend yesterday. He was walking through the parking lot to meet us where we were, and he found $10.
That's awesome. I want to find $10.
Right. And so he came into the to where we were getting bubble tea, and he came into the place where we were getting bubble tea, and he's like, I found $10. And he's like, I think I'm going to buy some bubble tea. And then he thought about it, and he got some feedback from his other friends, and he was like, nah, I think I'm going to save it, and I'm going to use it on some gaming thing, some Tetra Pak or something like that for his Minecraft. So it was really cool just to see him. Clearly he's upping his game to find $10 in the parking lot.
He's upped his game by 10,000.
Yeah, exactly. He 10x'd it.
Yes.
So it was awesome. So there was that. And then the other thing that we talked about, ironically, which is completely in alignment with the episode today, was that he said to me that he wanted to put the Nerf guns up for sale. So
he had this conversation? Circled back on it?
He circled back on it to have the conversation with me in the car on the way to school today.
Nice.
So backstory on that, folks, is that Luke and Rex pooled their money together. I shared with them a Gary Vaynerchuk flip money flipping strategy. And so we applied that to Nerf guns. So the boys, we all scouted out different things that they wanted to do, and they decided that they wanted to flip Nerf guns. So I think Bill manifested this Facebook. I don't know. It just came up in his Facebook feed, and he said, hey guys, there's a garage sale, and the homeowner's selling like this big old bucket of Nerf guns. Do you want to go purchase that, and then individually you can resell them, on Facebook Marketplace or something. So the boys were like, yes, let's do this. So we go there, they investigate the guns, they do the math and how much they could sell the guns for versus how much they purchased this whole lot for. They pooled their money, they bought the guns. And so and so the purpose of it is to sell the Nerf guns and make a profit. And then they were going to split the profit. So our budding entrepreneurs did all of that, and we've taken pictures of them. And so it's stalled out a little bit as we get our groove back on with being in school, and in-person school was really what it was between virtual and going back to in-person school. And so he circled back with me today. He's like, I want to complete the project and sell the guns. Can you help me put them up on Facebook Marketplace? And I said, yes, absolutely. So we're going to spend some time on that this weekend. And
that's fantastic. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and they'll split the profits, and we'll have a cleaner space upstairs.
And now that they're really focused on it, like they dabbled in it before.
Yeah, we've sold 5 or 6 of them already.
But now that they're more focused on it, I think that they'll definitely move a little more quickly. So that's cool.
Yeah, so it was super awesome.
Awesome.
Yes, and so how that ties into our episode today is because our episode today is all about side hustles, and like really, what is a side hustle? What's the purpose of a side hustle? How do you do a side hustle? Do you want to do a side hustle? It's just all about side hustles. And so that for them, buying and flipping the Nerf guns is a side hustle for them, and how to make additional money with really, they have so much knowledge about Nerf guns, but they don't necessarily have to do anything beyond flipping the, finding the lot and then flipping them. You know?
Right.
So
yeah. So,
it's great.
So, all about the side hustle, and I think the big question today is really, is your side hustle in alignment with your one thing?
Oh, okay. Say more about that.
So, this podcast is about real estate. So I'm assuming that real estate, mortgage, whatever people, and again, it's about, money and relationships. And at the end of the day,
and sex.
And yeah, and at the end of the day, so I'm gonna reference real estate, but it could apply to banking or whatever
Any other industry.
any other industry. So I want you all to keep that in mind. But is your side hustle in alignment with what your one thing is? So we hang out with this guy, not personally, but he is he's the founder of the company, the brokerage that we work with, Gary Keller.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote a book called The One Thing. And so he says, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? So let me say that again. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary?
Mm-hmm.
So that one thing can apply to so many things. It can apply to obviously your job and your finances, your business. It will influence your relationships, your personal life, your physical health, your spiritual health. And so, if you're getting back to money and getting back to, your one thing, if your one thing is real estate, are you doing other things that are, if you are looking to make extra money or residual income, or you're making extra money so that working on a business so that residual income will show up and appear in your life down the line, is it in alignment with your one thing so that, you're more focused, you're not scattered, and you're really playing to your strengths.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing to your one thing and it's the one thing that you do, then, you're more than likely playing to, your genius.
Mm-hmm.
And when you play to the genius, to the gifts that, God or the universe or whoever you want to, give thanks to, you will multiply those gifts exponentially. So for us,
mm-hmm.
It's coaching and this podcast, and what we really want to do is get into, YouTube and putting some evergreen material out there so that when people have a question or are looking for answers around a certain topic, they can go there. And at the end of the day, there will be advertising dollars attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that in the long term, I don't know what long term means. I'm not sure if that's a year or 5 years or 10, but there will be residual income coming in from that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is in alignment with our one thing, which is knowing, our genius around sex and relationships and money and ultimately real estate as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm going with it. And so, I think the question is, if you have a side hustle, is it in alignment with what you're doing?
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
that was
Awesome.
that was a lot.
Great. Well, so if our side hustle, given what you shared, if our one thing is real estate, which it is,
mm-hmm.
and as a result of, in terms of making money,
right,
and in creating income,
mm-hmm.
and so if we've been in real estate for 2 decades now, like just in and around and absorbed numerous coaching seminars, numerous certifications, numerous houses closed, numerous all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
So real estate is our one thing. And as we move into the other areas in terms of creating streams of income, so we've created streams of income in coaching, we've created a stream of income with podcasting. We're obviously, moving into very intentionally optimizing our YouTube channel for the purpose of, just like you said, the content, and then we'll create a residual income out of that. And there are other things, and we can go into those other things later on in the show about what we do. Yet what I'm hearing you say is because of the expertise in real estate, we are able to then utilize that knowledge and those gifts and those talents and create multiple streams of income without a whole lot of extra work.
That's what because if you're in real estate,
mm-hmm.
but then your side hustle for making money is I don't even know. I didn't really think about this, but selling cars,
Ubering, right? Yeah, I went there too with it. Yeah, cars. Yeah,
Ubering. I actually feel like I had a friend who was in real estate, and then he also had a broker's license for cars. And by the time he got done moving around cars and going to auction and doing all that kind of stuff, that he didn't really have time for real estate. But yet real estate, he claimed, was his one thing. And, you know, and you look at, you know, time versus, you know, energy. He made more money in less time working on his real estate career than he ever did. You know, the margin for the cars was much more narrow.
Yeah.
So
small.
Yeah, small. So yeah, that's where I think that's where you're getting at, right?
Yeah. So according to Bigger Pockets podcast, which is a huge real estate podcast, and it's fantastic. So according to Bigger Pockets, they actually say that close to half of all Americans have a side hustle.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And great. I love it. Leave it to Americans, half of all Americans, to have a side hustle. I love
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah. So, you know, again, but what we're saying is we want to make sure what we're recommending is highlighting really the time conversation, the scheduling conversation, like utilizing your genius and your craft that you've already spent a lot of time and energy in honing, and create the side hustle from that. So to that end, we would ask the question, what is the purpose and intention of the side hustle?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, the side hustle, do you need extra income? Right. Would be one of those questions for sure.
Yep.
And then, you know, what does the extra income do for you? You know, is it that, like, that pocket money, so you're not dipping into your, you know, into your savings or into your, you know, your quote unquote commission or salary, you know, for dinner and going out on the weekends or whatever? Or is it really like, you know, going towards your 401k or paying off bills or whatever?
Right. It could be. I mean, it could be to supplement your bills and your lifestyle, you know, like the things that you need to survive with. So we may not even be in that 401 conversation or 401k conversation yet. It could be just going for bills.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it could be going for tuition.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, tuition. Ooh.
Yeah, Dave Ramsey says that you can invest into a 539K for $2,000 a year and have your tuition paid for by the time your kid hits college.
That's cool.
Which is amazing, right? And so, I mean, I think the highlight there is that a side hustle doesn't have to be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a year. You know, if the side hustle is a couple grand a year, and that pays your kid's college tuition, come on now. For real, right?
Yeah. I wish I would have known that stat 15 years ago.
Right? Damn it.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. Or, you know, the other thing is that you're saving for that, you know, the next big move, and it's supplementing that as well as, you know, you want to move to Bali and, you know, and have the residuals create income flow for you while you're on vacation or in your next new place of living.
Yes.
Residence.
Yes. Yeah. I'll take that all day long.
Heck yeah. Absolutely. So, you know, again, it's just, it really is, you know, it's, you know, there's a conversation around capacity. There's a conversation, you know, do you have the time and the resources to work on a side hustle, and what is the size of that? What is the size of that side hustle? How much involvement does it really need to have? And then at the end of the day, you know, is it kind of like a short-term thing where you're just making some money, put in your pocket, and it's something you can walk away from? Or is it going to be something where it's going to create residual income down the line? You know, you put the hustle in now, and it's going to create residual income down the line. So, and my example of that is actually, you know, we have been known to, we don't do as much of it now, but we've been known to, you know, work on the recruiting side of agents, to recruit agents into our downline.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
profit share has been a tremendous side hustle for us. Honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, I think we've got a healthy profit share line for sure.
Yeah.
And we have people in our profit share that hustle.
Yeah. That
is their side hustle. And so, and that benefits all of us, you know, everyone that's in our profit share, and then everyone that's in their profit share too. So that's important as well, to look for the people that contribute, you know, in other words, that's their side hustle. So
And with the big picture, if that 10,000 foot view was really beautiful with that side hustle, because it does create residual income, which has promoted others to create, inspired others to create, do the same thing with their side hustle. And then back when we were doing that more a few years ago, we were literally coaching our downline as well, and getting some reps around coaching from that, from that vantage point, that really helped lead to where we are today with taking on coaching clients at a higher level.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's a great example of how our one thing really contributed to ourselves and to others, and has led us to sharpening the saw
Around coaching. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cause I wouldn't necessarily say that coaching is a side hustle for us, because it's definitely more of we take it very seriously.
For sure.
In terms of like a business, and it's got its own business plan, and it has its own strategies and priorities and those types of things. Yet it did, it had that trajectory in terms of like, okay, cool. Do I want to be a coach? That whole conversation. Yes, I do want to be a coach. Yes, I do want to contribute. Yes, this is a win-win. And then it ultimately, it is where it is now.
Where it became a part of the business, an actual living part of the business.
Yeah.
Where, it's not like, okay, I'm going to coach my downline, and have a conversation with them once a month and, give them some ideas and hang out. But where we actually have open coaching slots, and we know how many slots we have open and what we're looking to fill. And we have, like you said, we have our 135 around our coaching business.
Yes. Well, and now it's its own entity.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
So it is serious. How many coaching slots do you have open?
I have, actually right now, I have 3 coaching slots open.
Okay, cool.
How about you?
I only have 1.
You have 1 coaching slot.
Yes.
Okay. Call me.
Yeah, you can call him. Absolutely. Well, you can call me too, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yes, cool. So, and the referral business, we refer business to and from strategic partnerships with other agents. And for us personally, like we have done the team route and building the team, and we have chosen to partner strategically with agents in independent agreements that when we have too many buyers, and I'm air quoting, if there's too many buyers and folks to let's just say that we're in partnership with great agents that we refer business back and forth to each other for the purpose of making sure that the client has an amazing real estate experience.
Yes.
It's being the conduit and being in service to the people that are interested in purchasing and selling houses. And it's very important to us that relationship is cultivated and the sanctity of that relationship is in place. And so if we personally feel that we're at capacity to where we can't provide that level of service to our clients and referrals, then we'll absolutely partner with our peeps and refer them out. So that has definitely been a healthy portion of our business for sure, especially interestingly enough, last year and 2019 were really big years for referral business.
Yeah.
So that has been a great opportunity for us to continue to generate money without having anything really extra.
Yeah. It's been great.
That is one of our gifts is to create relationships with people. So we do a great job at that. And it shows up, and our people are taking care of our clients. So it's beautiful. Awesome. Investments, for sure. Our real estate investments, we're very specific about investing in real estate investments. And so obviously we see things come across our desk all the time about different opportunities. And so there are investment properties that we're working with different partnerships on, but really what I think is the most beneficial without getting your hands into the flip or into the buy and hold, which of course are great investment strategies as well, is I really enjoy the concept of investing in as a silent partner, to where you're like, okay, cool, here's the agreement and it's a win-win for both of us. And, really we're seeking 10% or more on the returns.
Yes.
With our partners, and yet we get to be a silent partner. So we vet them and we have an understanding and obviously an agreement in place, and then it's 10% or more.
Yep. And I'm I mean, again, and because of our background and in real estate and knowing the market and those things like that, to me, that's easy money. And I know that's not easy money for everybody, but we know the ins and outs. So that's again, focusing on our one thing.
Absolutely. Yes. And then along those same lines are real estate investment trusts. And so it's...
Thank you. I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really cool too. So it's another way that we get to invest in real estate, and it's investing in real estate that isn't necessarily here in Atlanta. It's apartment complexes or 55 plus communities that clearly, our parents are, and that whole baby boomer generation is just huge.
Yep.
So it's having money set aside specifically for REITs to invest in those two concepts. So it's awesome.
And I'm sure that there are a lot of side hustles out there that are in alignment. These are just a few of ours and a few ideas or whatever that would be in alignment with your one thing, especially if you're in real estate. And we'd love to hear about it. If you have, you can leave us a comment on what your side hustle is. We'd love to talk to you about it, and even talk about it on the show at some point, for sure. And if you're looking for that side hustle and trying to figure out maybe what your gift or your talent is, Nancy or I or both of us are really open to having a conversation with you. A free hangout. Let's hang out for 30 or 45 minutes and just have a conversation, because we love talking to you guys.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So get on the gram.
The gram. You're awesome.
Get on Facebook. Leave a comment in one of the sections. We've been doing plenty of posts these days, so I'm sure you'll find a slot somewhere where you can post and comment, and let us know your feedback, or let us know what your hustle is, and we love to hear about it. So
yes, absolutely.
And if you love this podcast, we haven't said this in a while, but if you love this podcast, please go to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review with some great comments. That would be amazing.
Yep,
for sure. And if you haven't checked out last week's interview, we did an interview with a lady.
Yeah, Lee Brown. She's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And that was an awesome broadcast. That was
her podcast is called Crazy Shit in Real Estate.
We had so much fun with that. So we really want you guys to check that one out, because it was just fun. It was just fun.
It was a lot of fun.
So
she's a great interviewer.
Yeah, you can check it out with us, or if you want to see the, I think she's got the video part on hers. If you want to see the video and you want to see what Nancy and I look like, when we're talking and interacting, it's fun. It's just it's fun. So, all right, that's what I got.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.
Love goes out.
Bye.
Peace.
Wow, what a show. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're inspired, we ask that you share the podcast with one person and subscribe and follow the show. I'm Bill Jameson.
And I'm Nancy Jameson.
And remember, it's a great life.
Quick note about the Sex, Money, and Real Estate podcast. We are not doctors or licensed therapists. We are a joyous, abundant, and mature couple passionately sharing our story of growth around sex, money, and real estate. Our thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are our own, so please consult your doctor, healthcare provider, or your broker regarding any questions or issues you have related to your physical or mental health or specific state laws regarding your real estate business.